Welcome back, everyone. J Bone here for Smash This Podcast. It's what is this? Tuesday? It's a Tuesday, isn't it? Took yesterday off. Just wanted to just clear my head, I wanted to do this last night, but I'm actually kind of glad I waited because there was actually some breaking stuff within the last, I guess you could say it's within the last hour. I think that's when it dropped. So this is all just, the whole thing is news, pretty much. There's no review here. Later tonight, for updates on the schedule, we'll be doing the, was that Time Machine Tuesday throwback for the TNI NWA TNA throwbacks. Wednesday, back here for Dynamite. Very excited about that. Thursday, back to TNI for Impact Wrestling. Now, Friday, there's a lot of stuff going on Friday. A lot of stuff. I'm not sure how it's all going to pan out. I know that my son has a football game that he's playing in band for, and that's very important. I want to see him play. I watched many of his sisters' band performances, so I'm excited for him because as a freshman last year, he did not get to do this last year because of COVID. Now he's finally getting to do this. So cross your fingers. So far, so good. It's still, from what I know, is still planned. I have no clue when this, obviously it's going to be after, school hours, but I don't know approximately when it's supposed to start and finish. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm probably just going to be watching stuff later that night or just over the course of the weekend. We'll see. And be staying away from my phone. Zach Bonifer here, a Band of Bones. That's right. Band, yeah, my band. No, I don't have a band. Well, I jokingly call T&I my band. That's like my band, my gang, I don't know. Yes, and as you can see in the picture, somebody's trying to get in the picture here. Oreo is sitting on my tower. You want to say hello, Oreo? Say hello, Oreo. Say hello. She's actually behaving today, pretty much. More or less. Look at that whiskers. Whiskers just taking up the whole screen. My goodness. All right. A few different things to cover. Let's talk about first that it's the biggest stuff of the week. Let's not kid ourselves here. It's CM Punk week. It's it's one of the most highly anticipated returns to the world of professional wrestling as we know it. Trent in the chat. Boney J and the Marky Bunch. Oh my goodness. Is that what we're going to call TNI now? My God, that's crazy. Put that on a t-shirt. There we go. Make it like a classic, like Archie and Archie. Didn't a classic comic Archie have a band or something? I don't know. Just losing brain cells by the minute here. And my cat's being naughty. She's scratching the wall. Would you stop it? Behave yourself, little girl. My goodness. She wants so much attention. So... Thank you, Gary. Yeah, we're going to be adding stuff to it soon. If you saw on the Patreon, do stop, behave yourself. My God, it's like nails on a chalkboard. If you saw on the Patreon from the Sunday dinner, there's some new additions to the fig collection. We got a few new AEW figs. We'll probably end up going somewhere here, and we'll make that like the AEW collection over there. Merch meeting idea stream? Yeah, sure. Right? We should do that. Put our heads together for something new. So yeah, CM Punk has been dropping many little teases for stuff leading up to what I believe will be his debut on Friday. Now, in my own professional podcasting opinion, haven't said that in a while. In my opinion, Tony should just pull the trigger and announce him Dynamite for Rampage. I mean, the anticipation is there. If you want the ratings, you might as well just do it. That's me. It's like, all right, you've got enough people hinting at stuff. CM Punk has dropped many little nuggets of teases. The most fun one that he dropped was yesterday on his Instagram, or Instaneck, if you will. He dropped 3 numbers: 05, 11, and then 21. And fans have been, eagerly looking for these little cryptic teases, all these little things. If fans are putting it together as 05 was the summer of Punk in Ring of Honor. 11 was the summer of Punk in WWE, when he really started gaining momentum in the company. Hence the the Money in the Bank, beating Cena for the WWE Championship, leaving. I use my quote fingers here for those listening on audio. Leaving and then coming back with the whole new momentum, cult of personality music, and such. And now, 10 years later, wow, it's hard to believe that was 10 years ago. That's really wild, hey? 10 years later, and it looks like it's going to be summer is quickly coming to an end. We're halfway through August. It's actually getting a little cooler around here lately, but then again, this is Wisconsin. You never know what the hell's going to happen. Still summer. Could this be the 3rd summer of Punk? I certainly think it will be. Look, and as the days quickly approach, I am getting more excited. In fact, yesterday I watched Money in the Bank 2011. Not the whole thing. The last 2 matches, and it was funny. I reminded myself was when Christian became world heavyweight champion against Randy Orton. And it's funny seeing him in that run. And I remember that run of his, and I remember not really getting excited about it or paying much attention to it. But now, me personally, it's fun to look back at that because of where he is now. You know, nostalgia, whatever you want to call it. He's now the new Impact World Heavyweight Champion. And apparently is going to be in the Impact Zone this Thursday. Pretty excited about that. So there's a lot of stuff happening this week. Dynamite on Wednesday. Christian returning to Impact Wrestling as their new heavyweight champion because he just beat Kenny Omega. And then the following day is actually Emergence. That's Impact Wrestling's next Impact Plus special. Now they have it starting. This is interesting. They recently changed this because of everything else that's going on, which is, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good business is what it is. So it's starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6%. Dear God, my brain's on 6%. Still drinking coffee here, folks. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So assuming it's, you want to give about 3 hours approximately for a pay-per-view show, special, whatever you want to call it. So 6, 7, 8, 9, that'll end just in time for Rampage that airs after that from 9 to 10. It's an hour show. Very, very highly anticipated 1 hour. Now, I don't know if they advertised anything else for it. I'd have to look. I know they've got some stuff lined up for Dynamite. So yeah, let me know in the chat. Are you excited for this week in AEW? And let me get your opinion on this. Do you think Tony Khan should just pull the trigger on Wednesday and announce CM Punk coming on Friday? I personally think he should. There's enough little teases out there. People know it's going to happen. It's been confirmed, not by the company, but by several different news sources. And Styles, what's up? Paul Nelson, good morning. It is morning in your place in the world, isn't it? Over on the island of Hawaii, or the islands of the state of Hawaii. You know what I mean. Yes, Punk to WWE confirmed. Wait, what? No. He's going to rebuild NXT. Styles has clearly not had his coffee yet today. That is funny. Too funny. Oh, man. Buckshot Kid watching on the Twitch says, hey, J-Bone, you should try monk fruit in your coffee. It's good and doesn't have that weird aftertaste like stevia. Oh, like the sweetener. That's interesting. I'll look that up. Monk fruit. I've heard of it, but I never, I don't know anything about it. That's interesting. I don't get a weird aftertaste, though. I just drink it black. Like my heart. Just kidding. So, yeah, super excited for this, everything going on Friday. Speaking of Friday, let's run down the card so far for Impact Wrestling's. Oh, Trent says monk fruit is fantastic. All right. Get on the monk fruit train or something. I don't know. All right. So let's run down Emergence. This is very interesting. We've got, well, we found out last Thursday, the new number one contender, Brian Myers, pardon me, is now going to face off against Christian Cage this Friday. That's wild. That is wild. That is not a main event that I thought we were going to get. Kind of out of nowhere. But I'm excited for it. Something really different. I'm happy for Brian. I really am. All right, what else we got here so far? We got the Good Brothers defending their Impact Tag Team Championship against Violent by Design and Rich Swann and Willie Mack. That's going to be crazy. We also have the X Division Championship on the line. Josh Alexander defending against Jake something. Now, for those of you who follow that little company, that little big company in Chicago called AAW, you may have seen that a couple months ago. They had a 20-minute, was it a 20-minute draw? I believe it was a 20-minute draw. Just an absolute, people call this match and that match a slobber knocker. This match truly was a slobber knocker. Very super hard hitting. I mean, these guys just, well, you want to talk about Chicago strong style. I don't know what else to call it, but man, it was amazing. Super hard hitting. Very excited for that match. Not going to do any predictions, just really looking forward to it. Let's see. You've got Macklin versus Petey Williams. I guess you could almost call this a grudge match. It doesn't have any label on it, but should be good. And then last but certainly not least on this card, I'm sure they'll add something else because right now we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure we'll get a few more matches on Thursday. But we got pretty many so far. So last but certainly not least, we got the number one contender match. I'm assuming this is for the Impact World. Yeah, okay. Shot at the Impact World title. All right. Just wanted to confirm that. We got Moose versus Chris Sabin versus Sami Callihan versus Ace Austin. Wow. Don't assume anything in that one. That one's tough. Now, one thing I did find out. Now, I know there's a lot of spoilers out there. I'm not a spoiler guy. If you want spoilers, you can get spoilers. You can look them up, whatever. Don't drop them here. Because I don't want to know, and I know most of my viewers don't want to know. One thing I did see, though, is someone took video at the tapings yesterday and just did a quick pan across the room. And shout out to TNI's Bill, front row Bill. He was there, and today is the third day of tapings. So safe travels to you, Bill, if you watch this. Not sure if we're going to see him later tonight for the throwback. I'm pretty sure it's going to be going on while we're live, but we'll see. He was sitting where he usually does by the entrance. If you're looking at the stage, he's on the right side, right there. So, but the backdrop to the stage, you guys ready for this? Is Victory Road. So that is going to be the next event, it looks like, after Emergence. Now, no spoilers, there's no matches, not a clue, nada. I don't know anything. I legit don't know anything. I didn't look up nothing, anything. But I saw the backdrop, so I just wanted to drop. I feel that's one of those little spoilers. That's a safe drop, you know, that doesn't give anything away, really. So that's going to be the next one after Emergence. Between this and I'm assuming Bound for Glory. So something like that. Paul says, could we see Punk cross the line? Anything's possible. I think anything's possible, honestly. We've seen more and more companies work together. Hell, Christian is the Impact World Champion. We didn't see this coming. That literally felt like it came out of nowhere. So to have something like that happen just tells me, sure, I'll say, yeah, there's a chance. Probably not as good of a chance as something like Christian coming in. But, I mean, CM Punk's been in the company before. He doesn't, I mean, it was a completely different, I mean, it was a complete 180 back from when he was there before his significant, I'll say, Ring of Honor run. In fact, we're just talking about it in the throwbacks. And don't quote me on this, but I think either this one that we're going to be reviewing tonight or the next one is CM Punk's the end of his time in NWA TNA. So, but I've really enjoyed it. I really have, and it just shows like how good he is back then, and I thought it was super cool. Short but sweet, in my opinion. So, don't know where I was going with that, but anyways, so that's the card for Emergence, and like I said, dear God, Cat. All right, let's get you out of here. This is. Be right back, folks. All right. My goodness. Cats falling off of computer towers. Say curiosity killed the kitty. And, well, apparently snoozing kills this kitty. It's falling off of shit. My God. Anyways, so like I said, yeah, that's Emergence. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to Rampage after Emergence. So we'll see. Crash and Bird, yes. Thanks, Gary. All right. So what is next here? Family's good, Paul. Thank you. Was going to, let's see, we talked about that. We talked about Punk. So what dropped earlier, just before I went live, and about an hour before I went live, was a video. Ruby Soho, the former Ruby Riott of WWE, who is now a free agent, but a lot of people are well, like I always say, never assume, but people think that she is going to AEW. Now, in this video, it's just titled Ruby, but the video says The Runaway at the end, to be continued. And what's interesting here, if you look at the first scene of it, and I'll do a little, oops, not that big. Come on, I'm trying to, there we go. Pardon me, my goodness. So if you look at the screen here, share screen, Chrome tab, here we go. Not going to play the video because I'm assuming it's somebody's video, but if you look at the picture right here, if we blow this up, she's going from Orlando to New York, and it says one way. Now, what's funny is she bought this back in June, so that tells me she's already in New York, and she's just waiting. If she's looking for a particular time and place to debut, there is a big event coming up in New York that AEW is finally going to debut at. I can't think of the name of the stadium. It's a very unique stadium in New York City. Or not stadium. Well, yes, it is a stadium. Arena, stadium, whatever you want to call it. It's Arthur Ashe, is that it? That's ringing a bell. I don't know. But, so, you know, she obviously lived in Orlando when she was in NXT and then ended up going to the main roster. So if you're just, you know, packing up your stuff and moving from Orlando and then you're arriving in New York, that tells me that she's going to end up, I mean, it certainly could be sooner than later. Could be at All Out, but that's in Chicago. Whenever that particular event is in New York, she could show up there. That could be her debut. So WWE used to be known as New York. A lot of people still call them New York. I mean, we joke around on TNI, we jokingly call WWE up north as well. So yeah, she's going to be making her debut sooner rather than later. And we'll have to see. We'll see if she does show up at that New York event for AEW. We'll find out. Last thing we're going to talk about here, and then we'll wrap this up. So it looks like Jon Moxley has been doing some trademark stuff. Let me just find the article here. I had it up here. I must have accidentally gotten rid of it. Where did it go? There it is. Jon Moxley locks down tag team name with new trademark. So 10 plus years ago, he was part of a tag team. Actually, it was about 10 years ago. He was part of a tag team with Sami Callihan called the Switchblade Conspiracy. Now, there was a lot of people, including myself, that thought that maybe for was it Resurgence, that New Japan event that happened this past weekend, that his mystery partner was going to be Sami Callihan. In fact, Kevin Kelly, I think it was Kevin Kelly, someone even said that on the announce team during the match, right after Nagata showed up, thought it was going to be Sami Callihan. So that was interesting. So he used a trademark attorney, Michael E. Dawkins, and locked down a trademark for Switchblade Conspiracy and the Switchblades. Now, they're tagging together in Sami Callihan's company, and fans have been waiting for this for a long time. I think ever since Moxley left the WWE. So I don't know where this is all going. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different ways this could happen. Moxley could come to Impact for a little run with Sami Callihan. Callihan could go to AEW for a little run. Or maybe this is just for selling merchandise and an indie run. Who knows? Who knows? But to whatever extent it's gonna happen with this tag team of Jon Moxley and Sami Callihan, I'm here for it. You could certainly go look up their classics. Well, I guess you can. It's funny calling it classic, but I mean, considering how they looked back then, I guess you could call it classic. You want to look up some of their classic matches and or promos from 10 plus years ago, from like CZW and other places. Go look them up on YouTube. I'm pretty excited for that because they're so different now from where they were back then. You look at Callihan. I mean, Callihan in a sense really hasn't changed much over the last 10 years. He's still crazy, still wrestles the same. He certainly has improved, I think. Not a knock on him, but you evolve, you change, you get better through the years, especially a guy like him. Moxley, back 10 plus years ago, man, he was a toothpick compared to what he is now. He is just jacked. Totally jacked now. When he was in the Indies and Dragon Gate USA, I mean, he still had the same attitude, but he was like the skinny, straggly hair punk kid, like almost like a skinny version of Piper with his attitude. That's what I always like to consider him like back then when I saw his stuff. So yeah, seeing them, much more matured, evolved, could be one of the most dangerous tag teams out there. Seeing those two guys back together. So by all means, put it in the comments. Where do you want to see them show up? I mean, obviously they're showing up at Sammy's company, the Wrestling Revolver or whatever it's called. And I can't wait for that. I'm absolutely going to be. I've seen a few of his shows. It's he runs a good show. And certainly a lot of those people from that company have evolved and have come to, come or gone, depending on who you're talking about, to Impact Wrestling and other places. So, yeah, very excited for that. Moxley and Callahan back together again. Oh, I guess you really can't compare the Muppets to the Switchblade conspiracy. It's like, no, it really doesn't work, does it? So that's it for this one. Excuse me. I'm going to get out of here. Got some errands to run, and then got to get ready for later tonight over that other little podcast, Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, doing the old throwback-a-rooney, Time Machine Tuesday, if you will, for, I believe it's number 82. Truck in the TNI Discord usually plays that 2 hours prior, because the show's just less than 2 hours. So it gives you a nice little break, 10 minutes-ish, give or take a little, in between that. And then, our review later tonight. 10:30, I'm guessing. I know this is a band practice night usually for Trent, so it might end up going a little later. We'll see how his night goes, and we'll see what time we get everything set up. But nonetheless, look for that later tonight, much later tonight. I usually get it set up much later. And then come back here Wednesday for AEW Dynamite stuff. And this week is just going to be full of fun and surprises. I'm here for all of it, and I hope you are too. So either here or over on TNI, be playing hopscotch all week leading into the end of the week. It's going to be absolutely insane. And I'll be here for all of it. So much love, everyone. You know what to do on your way out of here. Smash that like button. Smash that sub button. Ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. We'll see you later tonight, folks. Take care.